Hey y'all, it's Sheila, and I wanted to pop in and put a new video in our group showing you how to put the tassels or fringe on the freestanding lace earrings. And I don't have everything in front of me. I've actually been working on another project this morning that I needed. It was kind of time sensitive. Got it done, except for one piece. I have one piece left to do. But it's done, and I've been listening to an audiobook and I'm just undone by it. So anyway, I wanted to get this on here for you guys because I know people have been asking about a better way to do the tassels on the fringe. And so let me flip my camera around. I am gonna apologize already because my desk is a mess. And it's a mess because I've been working on 4 different projects at one time. This one is done, and I've got 3 more other ones in process because I got to do more than one at a time because that's the way I am. A little bit scattered, a little bit crazy. So let me go ahead and flip you around. You can at least see what's in front of me. And if you'll please be gracious to me about the mess, because it's just flat surfaces, me. We just put a lot on it. Okay, let me flip it around and I'll show you what we're going to do. Okay, let's see. Flip. There we go. Okay, see, told you it was a mess. It's a big mess. We don't need these cords right here. I just want to show you this space right here. Maybe we need more light. So let me turn on a little bit of light. That'll help. Maybe that's a little bit better. Okay, we're going to go with that. Okay, so I have one of these earrings right here. This is like the rosy cascarone ones. And it has 3 holes to put 3 chunks of floss in it. They're really similar to the Chinese lantern ones. This is the Viva Fiesta flower diamond kind of earrings. It's got a bunch of holes on it, so you can add a lot of fun fringe. The tassel material that I like using best for these is the Rayon Silky Floss, and here is one that is yet unopened. Okay, so this is what they look like. They look like they're little skeins of embroidery floss. Here's the DMC brand. Some stores have their own store brand. This happens to be DMC brand. I got it at Hobby Lobby. It was $1.09. And here's a SKU number if you need that. Take a screenshot if you need it. Anyway, it comes in a bunch of colors. There's not as many colors as there are regular floss, but the Silky Floss behaves really nicely for these. And so I think it's just really fun to use. So I'm going to get a few colors that we need that I want to use for this Fiesta earring here. So this is a Fiesta lettering. This one's called Viva Fiesta, and it's a flower inside this little pendant looking thing, and it has 5 loops to do, or 5 loops and 4. So it has 9 total to do a lot of fringe. This Viva Fiesta, one side says Viva, one side says Fiesta. This is the part where you'd put your earring hook, and then these are the loops where you would put your tassels. So let's do that. Let me zoom in a little bit here so you can see the desk in front of me, and I will do my best to stay right within this frame. Also, I have a bunch of grommets here because one of the projects that I was doing, I needed grommets, and I got a new tool, which I'll tell you all about later, but it had grommet dies and oodles of grommets, and it was just fantastic. And the reviews on Amazon were like, they were like, this is a piece of junk. And after using it, I bought it thinking, okay, if it's a piece of junk, I'll send it back because it's Amazon, right? And it wasn't a piece of junk. It was actually fantastic and just right. And I thought the people that thought it was a piece of junk must not have been using it right. And there were no instructions, but you know, we all know how to put snaps in with a snap press. So real similar. And it was a breeze and it worked like a dream. Okay, so I'm just trimming the rest of the threads off that. Okay, so there's our little doodad. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut, let's do that just a little bit more. I'm going to cut some pieces of this floss off, and I'm going to use some green and some red. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Green and red, and then gold. Do I have enough gold? Oh, yeah, I do. I have a whole nother thing of it. Okay, I have enough gold. So let's do green and purple, green and red and gold. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut these all at the same time to save time. And that way I can get them kind of the same length. I'm going to need 3 sections for each earring. And I'm not just doing one length. I'm doing 3 lengths of these 3 different colors. I have a lighter green that's already started, but I'll just use this one. I'm just getting 3 of those links. Now this is kind of, it's got a bend in it from where it came out of the skein. See those bends? And we're going to relax those. So don't even worry about that right now. I relax it all at the end. Actually, I do it a couple of times. I want my tassels to be at least 2 inches long. So my thread needs to be at least 5 inches long. That gives me enough to make a loop and then a little bit extra to trim. So I'm not measuring it. I just eyeball it. But you know, it's about 5 inches, maybe 6. You know what? I've got a ruler right here. Let's just measure it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 inches. This is 8 inches long. So it's doubled up twice, 4 inches long. So 8 inches. And there it is. I'm keeping some tension on it in the middle because I'm going to put this middle loop through here, through one of these bottom things. And what I'm going to use to pull it through is a tiny crochet hook. So if you have done crochet, these tiny hooks, can it focus on that? It's hard to. It's a stainless steel crochet hook. There's the size. I have to look at it through the lens of the camera because it's so small. I could go put my glasses on, but not. Anyway, there it is. This is what I'm using. And so it's a little steel crochet hook. It's the kind that you would use to do thread, like crochet with the cotton strings that are just about the size of embroidery floss. So it's very tiny and it catches it pretty good. And I have several different sizes. I just tried different ones until I found one that I liked the way it pulled through. So I'm grabbing, what I did is let's start over. I didn't tell you what I did. Taking my hook, I'm putting it through one of those loops. I'm going from the front to the back, and then I'm grabbing the loops behind it, and I'm simply using the hook to bring all of that through the loop there. Okay. So I have all of my loops through, and I'm going to use my hook just to help me bring them all together. Then I'm going to reach in through the other side and grab the rest of those loops, and I'm tying a little knot. So this is like macrame here. So I just made a lark's head knot through that loop with all those colors, the 3 colors together, and tied it. Let me do it again. And I would not recommend, if you're using the silky satin floss, do not cut all your thread at the same time. I mean, like for every loop for each earring, do one at a time, because this stuff, the rayon stuff, is pretty slinky and it kind of unravels quickly, which is what we want. We want that effect, but it makes it a little bit unwieldy to work with. So we're just going to tame it by keeping it all together. And I say I'm keeping it all together. It's really coming out as I have a little flip top box, and mine's all in there in like crazy mess. So I'm just pulling it out the side. What would be really nice if I put holes in the front of that box with some grommets so I could thread those through and then keep all the crazy. That actually is a good idea. I don't have time to do that right now, but that might be something I do. Okay, so I've got my length again. I'm going to double it up, and then I'm going to snip it off when it's the right length. Just using little snips. These are rainbow, aren't those cool? They make me really happy to use. And then I've got my earring and my thread in one hand. I'm going to go through. Oops, that is the wrong hook. Is that the one I just used? Maybe it is. It must be. It's right here. It doesn't feel like the one I just used. Anyway, I'm going to go in. There's a bunch of them sitting on here because I was trying them out. Go through here, grab that loop, or the series of loops. See, I didn't do it. This is not the same one. I must have put it over here. So I keep them. Yeah, okay. They get attached. They're magnetic, so I've been using my pin cushion, my magnetic pin cushion, to hang on to them. Okay, so I'm grabbing it back there. And this takes, you know, a little bit of practice to get into the hang of going through, grabbing the loops so that they're not far apart, or so they don't fall apart on you. You don't really want to go through the middle of these flosses. You just want them, they're whole right here. So I'm going through that middle length, grabbing through, pinching the tails and bringing them through. Okay, so you can go through the back. You could work from the back side, and then your loops would look like this on the back. So you'd see that knot there. Not sure what I did there. Let's tighten that back up. Okay, so they'd look like that. If you want that side on the front, that's fine. I just started that way, so I'm going to do the whole thing that way. Let's do the last one together. I'm not going to do the other earring. I'm just putting this video in here so we have it so you can kind of see and everybody can kind of get a better feel for what we're doing. Okay, so I've got my length. I cut that off again. I think that's my dog over there. And I'm trying to get this done quickly, so I'm not ignoring you, but I'll look at comments in just a second. I did it again. I put my hook down. Perhaps I put it over there. That's not it. There it is. Wherever I put it down, it was in the same place. Okay, go into the front. I got to put this, I got to orient this the right way so it works in my brain. Okay, so I'm going to go in from the front, grab the loops, pull them back through with the hook. See, it needs to be one of these tiny hooks. If I was using a regular crochet hook, the bigger ones, they're not going to grab all that. Or they're not going to go through that hole without making it bigger. And I don't want to make it bigger. We sewed it like that on purpose. Okay, and then I'm going to grab the rest of those. And I'm going to grab the rest of them and pull them all out. Let's start over. This floss is pretty slippery. So it does take, there's a little bit of a finagling that you've got to do. And then you just got to be the boss of it and say, you're doing what I want you to do. We're not going to go crazy here. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's one of my kids. That's bad that I didn't recognize that, but I heard the dryer come on. It's not, obviously not the dog. Okay, there we go. Pulled it through, and there it is. Okay, so here's our earring. I don't have the hardware on it, but this is it. Here's all the tassels. Now, you can see that they're fraying at the bottom, okay? So that thread doesn't like to stay together because it's rayon. It kind of pulls apart real easily. And if I had my other one here, but it's not, it's under all this. What I do is I just take my little rotary cutter that is not over here, and I put a little ruler where I want the length of these to be, and I just zoop, roll them all off at the same time. On these, the ones like this, I put my rotary cutter on the angle, and I rotary cut it in a diamond pattern. Let me grab the water real quick because I want you to see this. I'm coming back. Trust me. Okay, so I've got my spray water bottle here. It's just the one I use when I'm pressing things. And I'm gonna, let me back up just a little bit, which means you're gonna see a little bit more of my crazy, sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna take this and give it a little spray. Because this is rayon thread, it relaxes really easily with the water. Do you see that? And all of a sudden it got floppy. And that's exactly what I want. You could take a comb or something and comb this out a little bit nicer. I'm going to go and get my rotary cutter. So I want you to see what I mean. And there's one. And here's my itty bitty ruler. Okay, here's the itty bitty ruler. It's like a 2-inch quilting ruler, 2.5 inch. And I'm just going to put this, you know, I do want these to be long and dramatic. These are, you know, fun. We're not making fun earrings just to hide, are we? Nope, we're making them because they're fun and dramatic. And so I'll just have my other one right here. It's behaving really well for me because it's just a little bit wet. It's not sopping wet, like it's not dripping. It's just a little bit. And I'm going to zip all that off right there. Okay, and I'm going to get this out of the way because otherwise it'll be a frayed mess. Now, that's so nice and tidy. And now I can fray it. And because it's a little bit shorter, it'll fray a little bit easier. And it's just unraveling, which is exactly what I want. I'm not pulling very hard. I'm just running my fingernails down those ribbons or, you know, links. And there it goes. It kind of unravels. And you could do it all in the same color. That would be nice. Or you can do it in different colors like I did. I did one red, yellow, and green on each of these. And I love the way that looks. Okay, now on the back side, you're going to want to secure these. So this is Silky Rayon Floss and satiny, and it kind of wiggles like it was, you know, it's not going to stay here. It's going to need to be retightened over and over again, and we don't have time to be doing that with our earrings. We want it to be done and done. So what I'm going to do is take this clear gel tacky glue. This is Aleene's. Anywhere there's Aleene's glue, you can get this, okay? It dries clear. It's crystal clear. You stand it on the thing like this, so it's always, the glue is always ready at the tip. And I'm going to put a dot of glue on right above these knots, just so that stuff, that rayon stuff, is not going to pull through. Okay, let me show you. I'm putting a dot right there. A dot, a tiny dot on each one of those. Now, it's going to dry clear. It's going to be just fine. You could put a dot under the knot too if you wanted. This is the back side. You don't really want to see it, but honestly, you cannot see it. This one already has it. This has the glue on it. I can feel it because it's a little bit firm, but I cannot see it at all. And so I've got this one right here. It's done. And that's it. That's all I'm doing. And then I'm going to let this dry with the glue side up, and then I'll put the hardware on and do the other one to match it. That's it. That's all you do to put the tassels on. So I hope that's helpful. And today is, what is today? Today is Wednesday. It is the 29th. I think it's Wednesday. Yeah, it's 29th of March. And these earrings came out earlier this month. And I wanted to let you know that there is a code that you can use. If you're a member of our Facebook group, you know that we have the always on code that you can always use for 15% off. But right now there's another code that is Easter 23, and you can use that code right now for 20% off any $10 or more order. So I just wanted to throw that out there because I've come out with some new things that are ready as well. None of the rest of these have fringe on the bottoms, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to do more fringe because, you know, you never know how it comes out. But these hot dogs are ready. They crack me up. So we got a hot dog earring that's ready. We have a lot of other food related things. So pickles are ready. I don't know if y'all are as into pickles as we are, but I thought these were hilarious. So, and I'm really giddy about the dots, the bumps on the edges of the pickles. So it just works so well. You can do it all in one color. I did it with a dark green for the background. I mean, a light green for the background and a dark green for the details because I like the effect that gave. It's just super fun. I made some corn dog freestanding lace earrings. I'm just cracking myself up about these. And these haven't been trimmed, but I took pictures of the green ones. They're actually still hanging on my little doodad. But these are some red chilies. And if you're a chili fan like I am, you might enjoy these. And I know there's... Anyway, I just thought these were fun. They're a little bit different than any chili that I saw. So my chili looks a little bit more, you know, I don't know, silly, like I like a silly chili. If you're into hot stuff, maybe you think you are hot stuff, I made some earrings that you can wear to boldly proclaim your status hot stuff. If you're hot stuff, and there's one that's called, these are already ready up on the website, and then somebody else had the idea to make one that says spicy. So the spicy one is still being tested, and it is awesome too. So hot stuff is already ready for you. Spicy will be coming. I did it so that the lettering, you can just do a variegated thread or all one color, either way. And then also one thing that I'm working on, it's not quite done yet, are these little hot sauce bottles, which I think are just hilarious because we do put our hot sauce on everything. It's just a thing. Maybe I'm going to be wearing the spicy earrings because some days I feel kind of spicy. What else? I think that's it for right now. I got to get cracking on this other project and get that finished up, and then I can play some more. But go have a look at the website. Don't forget about the Easter code if you need any of these. And just remember, you have to have $10 in your cart for that code to work. I think that's it. I'm going to go and get back to work, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching.